Are you curious about what's going on in Northwest Indiana? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to the Word Around Town, Episode 10. I'm Steve Jamrock with Realty Executives Premier, your host. And in this podcast, I'd like to talk a little bit about real estate and a lot about what's going on in our Northwest Indiana communities. And this week, guys, I have a ton to cover with you. Chicago continues to be Indiana's best friend. And it's Groundhog Day, at least it feels that way, as another class action lawsuit has been filed against a major real estate titan. 50-year mortgages and no minimum credit score? What can possibly go wrong, right? A new interchange design is coming to Jasper County, and more coffee options are opening up throughout the region. A new indoor adventure park is opening just in time for the winter months, and a Crown Point favorite is back open while another expands to a new market. The Veterans Memorial Trail is officially open in Crown Point, and Fair Oaks Farm is opening up a new holiday pop-up pub, plus all the great local events that will help you kickstart your holiday season. So, all right, guys, before I get started, though, I just want to ask you, who saw the Northern Lights last week? How cool was that? That you can just walk out of your house here in Northwest Indiana, look up at the sky, and bam, there were the Northern Lights. They were beautiful, they were spectacular, and quite frankly, I think it's a little freaking weird. I have chased the Northern Lights for years. I've always been fascinated with them. Back in the day when my wife and I were a little bit younger, we did a little bit more camping. We used to go out camping in the Northwoods and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, New Hampshire, Maine. And while we went out there to explore the outdoors and have a good time, we always kind of had that sidebar like, man, it'd be cool if we went here and saw the Northern Lights. So we always kind of planned a camping trip to the north just in case we could catch a glimpse of those. And all those times, all those camping experiences, all those times spent in the north, never saw them. Not once. Here we are now living in Northwest Indiana, 20 years, 30 years later, and boom, we could just walk out our door, look up, and there they are. And again, it was awesome. It was great seeing all the pictures online, too, of all of you who live outside the city and have a little bit darker skies there without the light pollution. They were intoxicating. It was great to see them. Again, it's just a little weird to me that so often now we can see the Northern Lights here in Northwest Indiana. It seems like every 2-3 weeks, we have another solar storm and we can go walk out there and see the Northern Lights. So I don't know, a little weird to me. I guess maybe it's a benefit. We could start marketing it that way. Hey, move to Northwest Indiana. You can see the Northern Lights every couple weeks. Kind of cool, I guess. But again, just a little weird, I think. All right. Chicago continues to be Indiana's best friend. And what I mean by that is, unfortunately, the people of Chicago and Cook County are getting smacked with another property tax increase, this one of a historic nature, one of the highest ones they've had. They say it's the result of businesses leaving the downtown loop area, and those property taxes that were deferred by having those commercial businesses are now getting passed down onto the residents. But again, it's just kind of another smack in the face to those of you in Cook County who've experienced tax rates growing higher than anybody probably throughout the country. And especially knowing that they just released these and now they're due right before Christmas. So it's kind of like a merry effing Christmas to you if you live in Cook County. So I feel for you guys. Here in Northwest Indiana, though, we'll definitely benefit. I think people will continue to get irritated, annoyed, and just over the tax increases in Illinois and continue to move here to Northwest Indiana. I'm asked often if the migration is continuing from Illinois into Indiana, and yes, it is. It's not as rapid as it was during the pandemic or right after, but we are definitely still seeing people wanting to move here to take advantage of lower taxes, better school systems, and just getting more bang for their buck. So that should continue here as we go into 2026. And I anticipate an increase as well as people pay these tax bills here in December and just frankly get pissed off about it and say, that's it, I'm done, and going to continue to explore the great communities here in Northwest Indiana where you get so much more bang for your dollar here. So again, Cook County, I feel you guys. I think it's horrible what you have to go through here on a yearly basis with your property taxes. But if you're exploring, want to talk about what it's like here in Northwest Indiana and the options you can have, and enjoy our 1% property tax caps, I'll be glad to discuss that with you anytime. Reach out. Be happy to have that conversation with you. All right. Also in real estate, there's a new class action lawsuit. It seems like every week, just like the Northern Lights, there's a new class action lawsuit coming against somebody in real estate here. And this one here is against Zillow. And Zillow's facing a handful of lawsuits. But this one here is interesting, as I think this one has a little bit of legs. It's an antitrust class action lawsuit that accuses Zillow of steering customers to their home loan division. So what it means basically is that when you go on to Zillow or any of the portals, they have a button there, and you hit connect with an agent, and they connect you with one of their referral partners, agents who advertise with them. And then you get connected with them. And then in turn, they suggest you use their home loan division. And that, in essence, isn't the problem. The problem occurs is if those agents are getting incentivized to push you towards using their home loan division. There's been rumors that maybe people behind the scenes at Zillow have said that, if you send more people to the home loan division, we'll give you more leads. Or if you don't send enough people to our home loan division, maybe we'll kick you off the program. So again, not saying there's any wrongdoing, not saying that actually happened, but that is the basis of the lawsuit. And that's what gets into trouble. I've talked about it basically weekly, guys. If you go back and watch my other podcast, I talk constantly about making sure that you as the consumer know that you have options. And that is what they are not doing allegedly in this lawsuit. And it's so important to know that when you start a real estate transaction, you always have options. I've said it before and we'll say it again now. So, you are not forced to use a specific lender at any time. You are not forced to use a specific home inspector. You're not forced to use a specific title company. We'll suggest some to you that we've had success with, that we can think help make the transaction go smoothly. But at the end of the day, it's your decision because, again, you have what? That's right, options. Now, this is going to be interesting. Like I said, I think this one has some legs. This particular real estate player, they have deep pockets, so they could drag this out. There's a lot of money involved here. So not sure when this will, or how quickly, I should say, this is going to go on. It's probably going to drag on for quite some time. But the results of this lawsuit will be interesting to watch, because if it does go the way of the plaintiffs, I could see it trickling down into new construction, because that's another one to where when you go and you work directly with home builders here, they like to push you towards their in-house lender as well, as they offer some fairly significant incentives for you to use their lender that they don't offer if you don't. So that will be worth watching here as well, depending how this lawsuit goes. But I can imagine that there's some attorneys out there, class action attorneys, who have the home builders in their crosshairs as well. So again, it will definitely be worth watching. And as always, folks, remember, you have options. You do not have to use a specific lender or a specific home inspector, a specific realtor, etc. You have options, and that's why I always say, search the portals. They're great. A lot of great information there. That's fine. But when it comes time to finding a realtor to help you with your transaction, don't just hit that button. Pick up the phone, send an email, send a text, make an arrangement, interview an agent or two, somebody you feel comfortable with, and somebody who's going to let you know that you do have options out there. So speaking of options, there were a lot of eyebrows that were raised when President Trump recently announced he thought that maybe a 50-year mortgage was a good idea to help out with home affordability concerns. And I'll just cut to the chase. I mean, I think that's a bad idea, a 50-year mortgage. That's just a horrible idea. it's just going to kick the can down the road for you. It might be a great way for you to get your foot in the door, but you're paying more interest over time. You are delaying the benefits of the home equity in the house and delaying the benefits of wealth building, which is kind of one of the main biggest reasons of owning a home, is to gain equity and build wealth through owning that asset. And by having a 50-year mortgage, you're just delaying that. And if last week I told you the first time home buyers, the average age is 40 years old. What are you going to do? Get a 50-year mortgage at 40 that you're paying off when you're 90? Doesn't make sense. So I think there's better options that we can look at. Again, the biggest concern right now is inventory and, having enough homes and enough affordable homes for those buyers that are looking in those. So, I think building more homes and incentivizing home builders to build more starter type homes, I don't want to say lower price range, but more affordable homes. I also think eliminating or adjusting the capital gains tax, however you want to put that, would also incentivize those of you who have gained quite a bit of equity in your homes to make a move. Maybe you want to make a move, but you're not willing to pay the capital gains tax that you may owe on your property. So eliminating capital gains tax, I think that would be another benefit to help with home values and getting more people in homes, as it would put more inventory on the market. I also think that maybe there's a way that we can create some kind of down payment assistance, more down payment assistance to help with first-time buyers or help with people with that initial down payment. Maybe there's a way that we can wrap that into the loan, or I don't know, just spitballing here, throwing out ideas, but I think those are all better ideas than a 50-year mortgage. I think we're just kicking the can down the road and just delaying that overall enjoyment of the property and the wealth building that goes along with that. So 50-year mortgage, not a fan. I hope that does not gain traction because, again, I do think that's a bad idea. Now, a not so bad idea is what Fannie Mae has recently done is they have eliminated the minimum credit score requirement on their underwriting system. So before, it was a 620 credit score was the minimum that they would allow in order to underwrite and approve a loan. Well, they have eliminated that, and they are going more to a asset and payment income-based scoring system. So they're going to, while you will still need a credit score, they're not going to rely on a minimum credit score anymore. So they're going to rely more on your income, your assets, your payment history, and your debt to income ratio. So, I think this is a good idea. The credit score has always been a little wonky to me a little bit, especially, you get maybe a younger generation, somebody who had some trouble early on. They have a low credit score, but they've rented for the past 3 years. They've always paid on time. They now have a good job. They don't have any debt, but their credit score is still taking time to rebuild. Why should they be penalized and not get into take advantage of buying a house at that time? So I do think this is a good idea. There are still going to be safeguards in place to make sure you're not just going to be opening this up to anybody. You can't just walk in and say, "Yay, no credit score, give me a house." Again, you have to prove that you have a good payment history, you have the income available, you have assets. There's still going to be some strict underwriting standards. It's just not going to be so dependent on the credit score anymore. So again, overall in the long run, I think that's a good thing moving forward to help people get into homes. So, all right. On to around the region and what's going on here. The Indiana Department of Transportation has announced a new interchange design along I-65 and State Road 10 in Jasper County. They want to design a dog bone intersection, and I'm not a traffic expert, but think of it more of a modified roundabout. And I love talking roundabouts because I believe in roundabouts. I love them. They keep traffic flowing, and I don't care what you say. I see semis go around them all the time, so you can't use that as an excuse that they're dangerous because semis can't navigate them. I think that's BS. Sorry. It's always funny to me when I read comments when a roundabout comes into play and how many people just It doesn't matter. You hear the word roundabout, we're bringing our pitchforks, we're bringing our torches. Not in my town, no roundabout, darn it, we're not going to have it. When actually, I think there's some of the greatest designs out there to keep traffic flowing. So, all right, but anyway, enough about what I said. Back to Jasper County. That design is going to go in again at I-65 and State Road 10 in order to help keep traffic flowing at that intersection as development continues to go down on that way. Traffic is continuing to increase, especially with the new truck stops that they've had there over the years. So we're definitely seeing more traffic there. This design will help keep things moving there. There is a public comment period. I think you can go to the NDOT website there, search for it, and you can see the designs on their site and leave your public comment there as well. Speaking of comments, there is coffee everywhere throughout Northwest Indiana now. If you can't find an option to grab a cup of coffee somewhere, you are blind or you can't smell, because coffee smells great, doesn't it? We've had some new coffee shops open up. 7 Brew just opened up here in Crown Point and in Valparaiso. And now Dutch Brothers is opening a new location in Munster, which is going into the old Boston Market location there in Munster. And they're also opening sites in Crown Point and in Valpo here in the near future as well. So again, you're not going to be lost for a cup of coffee throughout the region. Just remember, there's a lot of great local coffee shops as well, so please continue to support them as you continue to see these nationwide shops open up here throughout the region. Also opening in Valparaiso is the Urban Air Indoor Adventure Park, opening in the Vale Shopping Center. The Urban Air, it's going to be its second location. The first one was located in Hobart off of US 30 and Colorado Street. Urban Air offers trampolines, a climbing wall, ropes course, warrior course, dodgeball, and this one here in Valparaiso will eventually offer laser tag in the future. Again, this is their second location. This is a Dallas-based company, and they continue to eye other locations throughout Northwest Indiana as they continue to expand throughout the Northwest. I'm sorry, throughout the Midwest. Excuse me here. All right. Crown Point Provecho is back open after suffering that kitchen fire last year. It was good to see that they are back open for business. Great food, great service, a great dining experience at Provecho. Get in there, check them out here for the holidays. You will not be disappointed. And then Public Bar and Rec. It's a bar here in Crown Point. They are expanding into downtown Hobart. Public Bar and Rec. It's a unique place. It's during the day, it's open to families, and then at night it becomes 21 and over. But it's a fun little sports bar. It offers a lot of pub games throughout, a lot of simulators like golf simulators, baseball, darts, duck pin bowling. Just a fun time there. The one in Crown Point has a nice backdoor patio offering a lot of fun tailgate type games like cornhole and beer pong, all those fun little outdoor events, kind of just like hanging out at your house and having a good time. And now they're going to go ahead and open up in downtown Hobart at the old Bright Spot Diner location. I know there were some early delays. They'd had already hoped to be open, but they've got past those delays, and they hope to be, construction's ramping back up and hope to be open soon there in downtown Hobart. And also in Crown Point, the Veterans Memorial Trail is now open. It stretches just over a mile through Crown Point from 113th Avenue on the south and connects with the Erie-Lackawanna Trailhead on the north. Parking for this particular trailhead is located northeast of downtown at Sheridan and Porter Streets, and just offers more biking and walkability throughout Crown Point. Fair Oaks Farm is debuting a new pop-up pub for the holidays called Miracle. The holiday pub is going to be decked out in holiday spirit and decor while offering holiday cocktails, mocktails, traditional snacks, and campfire s'mores. Now, unfortunately, they're not doing the Trail of Lights this year. That was really cool. The last couple of years, you had a walkable Trail of Lights throughout the farm. Unfortunately, they're not doing that this year. Instead, they're offering this pop-up pub along with moving a lot of that decor into their farmhouse restaurant. So you can go there, have a meal indoors at the farmhouse, or check out this holiday pub and check out all the decor on the indoors this year as opposed to walking around the grounds. On to the region events going on throughout Northwest Indiana this weekend, and we'll talk a little bit about next weekend as well as you prepare for your holiday weekend. We had 2 teams here from the region making the semi-state for football. Maryville is hosting Concord this Friday at 7 p.m. And then right up the road, North Broadway, Andrean is hosting Adams Central. So the winner of those 2 games go on to Lucas Oil Stadium next week to play in the state championship. So best of luck to Maryville and Andrean as they continue their march to Lucas Oil Stadium and a potential state championship. Also in Maryville, opening up on Friday, is the Winter Wonder Lights display. It's a large drive-through Christmas light display located at US 30, just west of Rand Street. It's open daily through Christmas. In St. John, you can get an early start on finding the unique gifts this Saturday for at the Fall Harvest Market located at their new community center on Klein Avenue from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You shop local vendors while listening to live music, sample some delicious food and seasonal treats there at the Fall Harvest Market in St. John. If you're looking for a little something different, back to checking out those northern lights, you can go down and explore the fall sky at the Conway Observatory located at Buckley Homestead in Lowell. They're hosting an open house from 5 to 9 p.m. on Saturday, November 22nd. The event obviously is subject to clear skies, but it's a cool, unique way to check out the Northwest Indiana sky away from some of the light pollution. Really cool to get down there and check out the Conway Observatory at the Buckley Homestead this Saturday. You can also enjoy a holiday train ride from the Hoosier Valley Railroad Museum this winter. It's located in North Judson, and it's going to be every Saturday now until Christmas. Not only will you get to enjoy the winter landscape from the comfort of your rail car, but kids will get a visit from Santa, and you'll have plenty of opportunities for photos along the way. Back up north into Gary, the Hard Rock Casino welcomes Sting live in concert at the Hard Rock Casino. That is Sunday, November 23rd, and it's a great way to see the legendary rocker in a small, intimate venue. If you haven't been to the Hard Rock Casino to see a show yet, highly recommend it. Again, small, intimate, great sound. Even in the, I can't remember what the bar is called, right outside there. They have a bar. They do live music every weekend. Just an incredible sound system for a local venue. So again, that's Sting this Sunday, November 23rd at the Hard Rock Casino. And then planning ahead for the following weekend here, I know everybody's going to be busy with Thanksgiving, so I wanted to give you a heads up on what's going on Thanksgiving weekend here in Crown Point. You can kick off the holidays with the annual tree and tank lighting here the day after Thanksgiving. So the tank located at Goldsboro and Main Street is kind of a veterans memorial here in Crown Point. And every year they decorate the Sherman tank there. So they're going to light that up on 6 p.m. on November 28th. And then you can take a walk back up Main Street to the downtown square where they do their annual tree lighting. It's a great event. They typically have the Crown Point High School choir out there, some handbells, do a little caroling, drink some hot chocolate, and wait until the lights come on and the holiday season begins here in Crown Point. Definitely want to check it out. Also on Friday the 28th, Bulldog Park opens up officially for ice skating for the season. $5 entry fee, and they do offer skate rentals as well for $5. And Crown Point Santa Parade is Saturday, November 29th at 10 a.m. This small parade starts at the Point Plaza on North Main Street, kind of by the Government Center, and then travels south down Main Street until they get to the downtown courthouse square. So you can get there early, watch Santa arrive, or you can just camp out along Main Street and wait for him to pass by as he goes ahead and heads to the courthouse, where you can go ahead and get pictures and drop off your letter to Santa at the courthouse. And then finally, the winter market at Colonel Wheeler Middle School is another great way to find and shop some great local vendors and find some unique gifts there. That winter market is going to be on Sunday, November 30th from 10 to 4 p.m. Again, that's at Colonel Wheeler Middle School. So, all right, that's what's going on around Northwest Indiana for the week. If you have any questions, suggestions, please leave them in the comment box below. If you haven't done so yet, I would be honored if you hit that subscribe button. And of course, share this with anybody you know who you think might find it interesting. Guys, I appreciate you all. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.